What is up, guys? It's Kamsin here, and today I'm bringing you another Rainbow Six Siege video. And today what I'm going to be talking about is the new patch notes for Blood Orchid. I talked about the new season a little bit in the past episode and the new operators it's going to be bringing. I hope you guys are really excited for them. So if you haven't checked out that video, go check it out. It's a video on new operators, what I believe they're bringing to the table, and whether I believe they'll be overpowered or not. But anyway, moving on to the new patch notes. The first thing that I want to address, these are all the patch notes from Blood Orchid that Rainbow and Ubisoft themselves have released. So the first thing is hit registration issues. So all those Ashes and Valkyries that are pissing everybody off, they're not a trouble anymore, which is a very good thing for the game. It's a very good thing for me. I have been struggling to kill Valkyries for way too long now, and I hate it because she's the only operator I have a problem killing, and quite frankly it's done my head in a couple of times. But yeah, managed to kill her there though, of course, but I imagine that was more of a one-off than anything else. Right, the next thing I'd like to address is the fact that the high ping and rubber banding problem that we have in Rainbow Six Siege as players is being addressed by Ubisoft. I'm not actually sure how they're gonna fix it, because obviously it's normally a result of the player's internet himself rather than anything else, but they have said that they're looking to address it as a problem and hopefully bring fixes to rubber banding and high ping. Another thing that they talked about is the fact that smoke will be fully opaque now. So with Capitao smoke, it will be no longer blue, and it will be black, and it will be fully opaque. So that was actually tested out by the Pro League players, who found it quite overpowered. So now, rather than having 3 smoke grenades to throw, they've reduced it to 2. Yeah, that's all there is about the smokes. Then there's the weapon fall off damage is redesigned. I'm not going to go insanely into detail with it, but it's basically a fix of Bucks or assault rifle and any other problems they've had. They've redesigned the fall off to make them more balanced and fair. Now, this is something I'm quite surprised about, and it's ammo balancing. I picked out the 2 guns that I feel like really did not need an ammo boost, but I have one anyway. And to be honest with you, all the other guns are fair enough. I'm not going to sit here and run through all of them. But what I will sit here and say is that the SMG-11 is getting a bonus 2 bullets. Now, do I think that'll be broken? I'd be lying if I said no. The SMG-11 is an amazing gun. Its hit registration is absolutely on point. It's unbelievably easy to get headshots with it, and doesn't need 2 more bullets. I just feel like it's going to make it a much more overpowered gun. But if I'm the one using it, I'm not really going to have many problems with that. And the other gun that I feel might be a little bit overpowered, adding an extra bullet to it, is the Spaz 15, which is obviously Caveira's shotgun. Does it need an extra bullet? Probably not, but I'm not going to complain, as she's one of my mains, and hopefully that can help me do even better with her. Right, one fix that I think we're all excited for is the fact that 2 drones can now be deployed without one of them being destroyed. So before, basically what happened is, if you had a drone on the battlefield that survived droning phase, then you threw in another, it would destroy your first one. Obviously that doesn't happen with me as a Twitch main, because both my Twitches stay up, but as a general thing, that really annoyed some players. So yeah, that's all fixed now. Another patch is that debris fixes preventing sight for one player. So basically, when you used to peek something, there might be debris for one player blocking their sight, and the other player had a clear view, which is obviously ridiculous, but thankfully they're bringing a fix to that. So once again, hopefully improving the game. Another thing is debris doesn't block gadgets anymore. So if there's a rock on the floor or something, it's not going to stop you placing your gadget down, which obviously is something that is quite a big problem, because if you want to put a Jägerjammer by a window that Fuse is going to come to and destroy your whole team, it's nice to know that you can actually put a Jägerjammer there now. Right, another thing is the defender outside filter has been removed. The red screen that appears around you when you go outside as a defender has been removed, as they didn't want to block the sight of a defender. They said, I quote, that the risk of going outside is enough, let alone affecting the vision of the player by putting a red screen there for them to have to shoot through. Moving on, a crosshair doesn't turn red anymore, and an enemy only IDs on a scan. They said about this, what they said is they've done this because when you used to be hiding as a defender or something, and an enemy would accidentally come across you or ID you and not actually know where they are. What an exact quote from Ubisoft is that a big part of Rainbow is that they want your enemies to be hidden, and that you have to spot them yourself using your vision rather than a drone. So that's why that's come in, that's the backing for that idea. And yeah, I feel like that's another way that it's probably going to be improved massively. Then, one more thing. Ranked maps, the playlist for ranked, has been reduced to 9 maps. These maps are Bank, Clubhouse, Oregon Cafe, Consulate, Chalet, Border, Coastline and Skyscraper. In other words, the new map, Theme Park, is no longer, it's not no longer, it isn't going to be put straight into ranked as we all probably saw coming. I imagine it might get added in later on, but straight away it's not going to be put in the ranked playlist. So of course, what do I think of that? It was probably a given. They're not going to throw a new map straight into ranked without it being tested in casual first. Most of the maps are still in casual. Obviously, Yacht and Favela are being removed from the game, which is a shame. I don't want to see them go. I talked about that in my video before. Again, go check that out if you haven't seen it already. And yeah, so that's all of the main patch notes I wanted to pick out and bring to you guys' attention. My thoughts on them: big improvements for the game. I'm very happy. I like to see that Rainbow's gone in a better place. Its player base is increasing, and I'm a big fan of the game. I play a lot of it, and yeah, I'm really happy. I thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Every like and subscribe is appreciated massively. Please drop some support on the channel, and yeah, I'll be really grateful. Peace out, guys.